Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. We are gonna get this party going. So today I have a ball. There's Ann.
Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good. Hey, what do you have to do when I join?
I just pin it.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I do.
I don't know what that is.
Well, there's just like those three little things and there's a drop down and you pin it.
Oh,
So it makes me larger and you smaller. Not that I should be large and you should be small, but that's what it does.
oh, I just make you the speaker, like the.
All
right.
Okay, so today I've got one heavy weight. I have a ball. If you don't have a ball, don't worry, we have options. I'm also going to use the disc for lateral lunges. I'm going to use the short band and a longer band. If you don't have a longer band, you can use weights. We're going to do it for flies. So we
got it all.
Okay, let's go. We're going to start with a 5-minute warm-up. Take your feet to the edges of the mat all the way to the back. Hands on your waist, you're just going to shift your hips to the right and then to the left. This just sort of gets into your inner thighs a little bit. So just gently side to side, you don't want to force anything. Now sort of send them back and then go the other way. So you're just sort of hip hinging and sticking your butt back. Keep the spine long, nice proud chest. And of course, we want to keep the belly drawing in. Okay, now make your fist, thumbs up, fold halfway down. And then come back up. We're going to do this 8 times. Each time, see if you can go a little deeper without rounding the back. So you can begin with a nice big breath. And when you come up, you can exhale it out. Keep the elbows nice and high so you feel that upper back working. I'm going to do 2 more. Of course, I lost track of counting. That's good. Okay, so send the arms down, just totally unweight the upper body. Let your head go. Just hang out here and breathe. Now we want to have our legs nice and straight, if we can. And now you're just going to shift your hips back, so you're weighting into the heels, and then shift forward, so you're weighting into the toes. And just sort of oscillate slowly front to back. Now we're going to inhale and extend the spine. Walk your fingers forward, shift the hips back, and then do the same thing. Load the whole body into the toes, and then push it back. Now fold all the way down. Roll up slowly 1 vertebrae at a time. Now you're going to send the hip to the right and sweep this arm straight up to the ceiling and then give it a big reach. And then take it up and over. So you should get a nice stretch right over that hip. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So shift the hip first, sweep up, get really long, like you're trying to touch the ceiling, and then go over. And let's do it again. We're going to make this a little more fluid. So once you get there, then go to the other side. Couple more times, really long arms. Nice. Okay, big deep breath. Both arms go up. Lift up the shoulders. Step the feet in so they're now hip width apart. And swan dive all the way down, nice and slow. Roll yourself up, one vertebrae at a time. We're gonna move fairly quickly, getting some heat going in the body. So we're gonna do this 3 or 4 more times. Make sure you're really drawing your belly in. When you roll up, that protects your lower back. Okay, one more time. Now, standing up, nice and tall, just turn your head to the right. Broaden through your shoulders, turn your palms to face forward, and then sweep the arms back. And then turn the head the other way. And just sort of oscillate from side to side. One more time. Now, relax the shoulders, round them, just let the arms totally relax. With really nice posture now, arms relaxed though, I want you to just drop your chin. And then lift back up, and then drop it. And lift, and drop it. And do that 3 more times. Should feel a nice stretch right along the spinal cord through your upper back. And now let's take the chin and look down at your left shoulder, and then come up and look down at the right. And come up. Nice and slow, but fluid. Okay, now we're gonna hold on one side. And now we're gonna hold on the other side. Okay, come up. Now you're gonna take the ear and just drop it down towards the shoulder. So you're getting a nice stretch all along the side of the neck. And then go up and over to the other side. Keep your neck nice and long. And just sort of oscillate from side to side. Nice. Okay, nice big deep breath. We're gonna take it down. We're gonna walk it out to a high plank. So when you walk out, try to keep the legs straight. Lots of steps with the hands. And when you're in your high plank with your shoulders over your wrists, push your heels backwards so you feel a stretch through the lower legs. And now take it to a down dog. We're going to push one heel down and bend the other leg. And then switch. And just keep going really slowly. So you're hanging out as you push that heel down just for a breath or 2, and then go to the other side. Okay, walk your feet forward to the middle of the mat and send the hands back to the feet. You're in a full fold. Then you're going to pedal the knees. So bend one leg, straighten the other. And then switch. And just keep oscillating side to side, bending and straightening. You don't want to force anything. This is a feel-good moment. Okay, roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. And now you're gonna turn to face the left side of the room. We're gonna send the feet far apart. Let's get our heels right on the edge, so we know we have our feet in the proper alignment. Make a fist, send the elbows backwards. You're gonna do these good mornings with your feet really far apart. So going up and down, nice and slow. Keep your elbows high. And like we did before with our feet a little narrower, each one you do, see if you can get a little bit more range of motion without forcing anything. Now, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Bring your hands to heart. Keep your chest proud though, and continue. Now, in this instance, you're still keeping the spine long, but you're probably gonna get a little bit more range of motion. It's a little easier. Don't have to worry about the elbows. Keep that belly drawing up and in, super important. Okay, so now we're gonna take it down. We're gonna extend the arms out. Spine is long, shift your hips back, play that little tug of war. So the fingers walk out and the hips move back simultaneously. Big deep breaths into your ribs. Nice, now let the top of the head just hover above the floor, bend at the elbows. Roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Nice. Walk the feet together. Okay, say goodbye to your warm up. I'm gonna grab my water. I'm gonna start with a disc. So I'm gonna move my mat back. If you don't have a disc, maybe a sock, anything slippery. So I'm gonna put the disc under my right foot. Hands out in front right at your chest, you're just gonna slide it back and slide it up. Nothing crazy hard, right? You're not holding any weights. Just kind of getting this quadricep and hamstring of the left leg warmed up. So try to keep the transition nice and smooth. Now, if you can't slide, you can always step back. Okay, so adding on, I'm going to slide out to the right laterally and back in, and now I'm going to take it back. And again, you can step if you can't fly. So when I'm sliding backwards, I'm giving my upper body a nice forward lean. I'm going to do a few more like this, and then we're going to switch legs. Okay, switch feet. Make sure you got room to go sideways. Here we go. We're starting out going back. Nice and smooth. And try to keep the range of motion strong, like big. Just make sure you're coming up with control, like you're not jerking through the movement. And I like to wade into my heel, because it really gives your butt cheek a strong activation. Okay, let's add the lateral movement. Make the range as big as you can where you still feel like you've got control. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more. One more on each direction. Nice, okay. Get rid of your disc. We're gonna grab that one weight and we're gonna do some sumos. So I'm not gonna use my mat, but if you want to, go ahead. Start out holding one heavy weight out in front. Take your feet nice and wide with your toes pointing out. Make sure you've got them in the same line, right? So squat down, nice and low, and then come back up. So even though you're holding that weight in front, you want to maintain good posture. Keep your head up and your spine long. Pushing through the heels, especially when you come up. Big range of motion if you got it today. Okay, so 3 more. And then we're going to meet somewhere in the middle and pulse it. So take it down, maybe halfway, and just go up and down. Ten more seconds. Nice, okay, back to that straight leg. Put the weight down. We're gonna find our mat. We're gonna come back to some more legs, but first we're gonna do some arms. Just to switch it up. So, you've either got your one heavy weight, which we're gonna start out using for triceps. So, here's how this is gonna work. Take it down. Hold it over where your shoulders and wrists are in alignment. Now bending at the elbow, take it down and up. It's a small range because I'm holding the weight vertical. So I'm not working a big range. I'm just kind of warming up these triceps. Press that lower back into the floor and make the movement small, almost like a little pulse. So maybe you go down 3 inches and then up 3 inches. Sink those ribs, keep the chest pushing into the floor. The whole core. Now while you keep the arms going, pick your feet up off the floor. Feel the intense work for that 6-pack muscle. just to keep pressing that back down is work. Now put the feet down, hold the weight now the other way. So you got both ends of the weights in the hands. You're gonna work a full range of motion on these skull crushers now. So elbows and shoulders don't move, those are stacked. You just slowly lower that weight towards the head and then pick it back up. Nice and slow and in control. And no jerkiness, no swinging. Keep it going, try to do about 8 to 10 more if you can. Nice and slow. You just sort of have to embrace this shaking, trembling. That's what you want to discover. Okay, you're gonna put that weight to the side. Now, you have a choice for flies. We're gonna do some flies. You can either use weights or use that long band. So, you're using the band. Make sure when you open up full range that it's really tight. And then when you close it, it's all about controlling it. I want you to close it at least on 3 to 5 counts. So if you need to choke up on it, you got to sort of test the waters on the first few. But keep it really smooth. You're working all these itty bitty little slow twitch muscles. So we're doing 15 slow reps here. Then we're going to transition to weights. So enjoy the ride. Now I want you to pick those feet up again. Keep that lower back into the floor. You got a 90-degree angle at the knee. And if you've got your knees like towards you, it's easy. If you move them further out, you're actually working your six-pack muscle. So if you're using the bend, you should be opening it up wide enough that you end up feeling it on your chest. Put the feet down. Continue with the bend for 3 more reps. And then we're picking up weights. Okay, so you can either use one weight and do one arm at a time, which is very challenging, or you can use 2 weights, which is much more stable, and maybe you can go a little bit heavier. So nice and slow opening up Lots of control, and then you close slowly. Limit your range on the first few, just to kind of get the hang of it. And then once you feel comfortable in those muscles, know what they're doing, then you try to explore more range. If you need to get a lighter weight, go ahead. I think I was a little too ambitious. Okay, so now we're gonna meet at the top with these weights. We're gonna do one skull crusher, so you bend at the elbow, let the weights come down gently towards the head, straighten the arm, and then do a fly. And now turn your palms to face forward and do a press. Elbows out to the side, coming down to the floor. So you have 3 movements. One skull crusher, one fly, and one chest press. Keep your wrists nice and neutral and don't over squeeze your weight. Okay, hold your arms up, pick your feet up, arms are going straight up towards the ceiling. Pick your feet up, just hold the weights loosely in your hands. You're gonna extend the right leg out straight, lower that heel 1 inch above the floor and bring the knee back in. Send the left one out, lower it down, bring it back in. Do that 5 times. It's really challenging your obliques. I like to send it out straight, so it's really at a 45-degree angle from the floor, and then lower it down. Okay, bring the arms down, put the weights down. We're gonna sit up nice and tall, Pilates style in your staff pose. And then we're gonna C-curve the spine, rock it down nice and slow. Coming into a nice full body stretch, take the arms wide. So you sort of feel a nice stretch across the chest. Right, okay, so now we're gonna transition into some inner thigh work. We're coming back to the legs. Take a pillow, a ball, a Pilates ring, whatever you have between the legs, and start your squeezes. So we're gonna squeeze in and hold 3 counts, and then release it. Do that 15 times. So count to 3 once you've got the ball squeezing or the ring as tight as you can get it, and then release it with control. So you should be working around 6 or 7, maybe close to halfway. Once we get to 15, we're gonna pulse it. Make sure you're doing that pre-count once you've got it squeezing as much as you can. Okay, so if you've done 15 reps, do your pulses. Squeeze, release. Not too fast, very deliberate. You don't want it to be jerky. You want it to be controlled. Five more seconds. Okay, take your ball or your ring, whatever you're using. Send your legs straight up to the ceiling and the ball in your hands. And your arms are pointing straight up to the ceiling. So you got arms and legs straight up to the ceiling. We're gonna send the legs forward and the ball backwards, and then come back, up, and then crunch up. So you're trying to let the ball get up by the toes, and then you lower the head to the floor, send the ball back and the legs forward. We're gonna do it again. Crunch back up. Lower back down. Nice and controlled. Don't be in a hurry. Again, you can do this without a ball if you don't have one, or without a Pilates ring. But if you do have a ring or a ball, it's nice to be able to squeeze it so you're actually working the arms too. Let's try to do 3 more. If you are getting tired and you need to limit your range, you know that's always an option. When you crunch up, make sure you remember to tuck that chin down towards your chest. One more. Okay. Put that ball away. Whew. You're gonna sit up Pilates style, heels to the corners, arms out, roll it down nice and slow. Once we get down there, I want you to have a weight, a heavy weight nearby. We're gonna rock our pelvis a little bit. Something we should really be doing every day. Send the arms all the way back. Step your feet in close to your butt. Hold the arms back there while you rock your pelvis forward and back. Spread your fingers wide. Draw that belly in and keep it that way. You feel a nice stretch, or sorry, a massage like on your upper back. Okay, now bring the arms by your side, let them relax, and keep sending the pelvis forward and back. Okay, now I'm going to take the heavy weight. I'm going to hold it over my hips. And I'm going to tilt my pelvis up Feet are really close to your rear end and lift the toes off the floor. So you're just pressing up through your heels. The arms are off the floor, they're holding the weight over your hips. You're gonna press into the floor with the heels and get your butt up with a big squeeze and just hold it like this. Now you can put your toes down on the floor so your shins get a little break. But I want the hips to stay nice and high and strong. Keep working that tummy down. Now you're gonna walk your feet a little further apart. Let the knees go with them. So you've just got a bigger spread between the knees also. Keep your hips high. This is all glutes. And if you don't have one heavier weight, you can always hold two. Walk your feet a little wider. Walk your feet a little wider. Maybe now they're on the edges of the mat or close to it. Just hold. There's no moving, no pulsing. All that's going on is squeezing up your butt cheeks. Stay here for 5 more deep breaths. Let your belly fill up with air as you take these deep breaths. So let it puff out. Now walk your feet in a little bit. Keep holding those hips up. Walk them in a little more. These are baby steps. A little closer. Keep your hips up. Keep squeezing your butt. A little closer. We're going to end up with our feet together. This is really building endurance in your core and your glutes. Little closer. Little closer. Little closer. This should be the last one. Get your feet together. Get your knees together. Hold. 5. Squeeze your knees. 4. 3. 2. Lower your hips. Nice job. Get rid of that weight. Extend the legs all the way down along the floor. Arms go all the way back. Point your toes. Deep breath. Now you're going to roll it up Pilates style. We're going to stretch out those legs. So take it between the legs. Spine is flexed. Just chill out. Should feel a nice stretch in the back of those legs. Okay, roll it back down Pilates style. Nice and slow. Send the arms back. Bend your legs. We're going to do a little shoulder therapy here. So bend the legs, but not as big as you could bend them. Feel goal posts with the arms. Nice and flat on the shoulder blades. Tilt your pelvis up so your lower back is on the floor. Slide your hands along the floor till the palms, or fingers I should say, thumb and first finger touch, and then slide them back to your starting point. Really slow. This is really working shoulder mobility. You have to limit your range, doesn't have to be fast or perfect. Okay, field goal posts, back of the hands are down on the floor. You're gonna lift them up and forward without rounding the shoulders forward. 3 to 5 counts in each direction. So you have plenty of time to glue those shoulders down to the floor. Give me 3 more, nice and slow. Okay, send the legs out, the arms back, roll it up Pilates style, or put your hands on your shoulders to make it harder. Come up nice and slowly. Take it between the legs. We have one more quick little exercise to do and then a couple of stretches. So single leg deadlifts. Up on your feet, pick up one heavy weight. And here we go. I've got the weight in my right hand. I'm going to kickstand the right foot. I'm going to sweep that leg back behind me as I slowly come down and land this weight right inside that foot. And then come back up. 5 on each leg, and it's all over. When you're done, you just switch hands, switch feet. Really try to get the weight right inside the foot. You see people doing this exercise in a gym, they've got the weight way in front of the foot. Defeats the purpose of even using it to build strength in that leg. Okay, that's my 5. Hopefully you're done. So one stretch before we sign off. Pyramid, take your feet 1 foot forward, 1 back. You can tight rope it if you want. Send that leg a little closer in or move the front one to the right. Hands to heart, fold over the leg. Take it all the way down. And then let the hands relax to the floor, but try not to put any weight into them. You really want to use the weight of the torso over the leg to get the benefit of the stretch. So it's fingertips only on the floor, just in case you need it for balance. Now slowly come back up. And we're going to switch feet. So right foot forward, left one back. You want to tight rope it. It's easier to move the front leg to the left than it is the back leg. Come on down. Send those fingertips to the floor, fold completely over the leg. And now we're gonna come up nice and slow. Great job. Woo, big deep breath. We are done. Woohoo, good job, Anne. There she is.